Alright guys, welcome to All Talk Reviews. Today we're talking about Ford versus Ferrari. So this film was directed by James Mangold, who did Logan, and it stars Christian Bale as Ken Miles and Matt Damon as Carroll Shelby. So right off the bat, do you guys have any thoughts? Because I made a list here of things that I want to talk about. We're going to divide this into positives and negatives, or positives and like things that we're mixed about. Do you guys have anything that you want to mention before I go, or should I just go?
You should just go.
So I think the general consensus here at this table is that we all really like this movie. And right off the bat, I think the thing that really carries it for me is the chemistry between Christian Bale and Matt Damon and the friendship they have. I don't know if they have like a chemistry or an actual rapport in person. I was watching a bunch of interviews last night and they seem to have they have the same agent, but they never have really worked together before. So either they have a really good chemistry together or they're just like really, really good actors. Because for me, the thing that really carries this film is kind of the relationship between those two characters and kind of watching them fight against a corporation. You don't have to be into cars to enjoy this movie.
Oh yeah, it's just like a general like inspiring story and someone like that anyone can be touched by.
So when I was coming into this film, I wasn't expecting anything like, I was just gonna, it was gonna be okay, an okay movie, but my God, it's like I was on the edge of my seat, especially with the races, and I'm not really big into like cars or anything like that. It was crazy, and yeah, that's pretty much.
That's one of the points I had written down here. The racing sequences are so tense.
Yeah.
I was like, this is probably such a cliche thing to say, but I was at the edge of my seat, the most I've probably ever been during a movie, just watching these races go down, because the cinematography is great. The way they put you in the driver's seat, the camera inside, and how you can see Christian Bale kind of like throw off the little one-liners whenever he's in the car. Yeah. It feels really grounded. And the way like they would shoot would be from his perspective, so you'd see cars flipping and everything happening from inside of the car. So I thought that was cool.
During the movie, I was cheering like when every time he'd pass a car, I was just there like clapping my hands.
It's like you were there for the race.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So you have anything to add?
Like for positives, I don't know. Y'all pretty much hit all my points that I would have made.
I have one.
Yeah.
Well, I liked how heartwarming the story was, and like obviously inspiring. Like Ken Miles, he was just like doing like little races and stuff, obviously winning, and then he gets put in this like really good like opportunity to make a name for himself, and does it, which is amazing.
Yeah, because he's like
inspiring.
Yeah, because he's like passionate. You could tell he really cares.
Yeah, he's really passionate. He's fighting against the company.
Yeah.
Not only against the company, but against the other car company,
the opposing,
Ferrari, the racers. He's not just racing; he's racing against the actual corporation. Yeah, trying to fight him.
And I really like the dynamic between Carroll Shelby and Ken Miles. How Carroll Shelby was basically like the guy dealing with all of the bullshit that came from the corporate side of everything.
Yeah,
and Ken Miles was just like this complete genius when it comes to engines and cars and like things that go fast, basically.
This is also like a movie that like it seems like could be an easy like kind of not cash grab, but like something that someone could make and not really care about. They just make it to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like you can tell like the people that made it, like they cared, like they made all the race sequences like be immersive, and they were telling the story like from like a genuine place. Yeah, and it was like a nice touch.
And they were saying it themselves. You don't really see movies about like characters like this on such a big scale anymore nowadays.
For sure. Yeah. The budget was what, like $100 million?
Yeah. So I guess we can move on to like things that I was mixed about, which really weren't many, or if any at all. I didn't really have anything bad to say about the movie, but other than the fact that towards the beginning of the movie, some of the dialogue to me didn't feel natural. Like it didn't feel like it was a real conversation that was happening. But like towards the end, it kind of just went, that kind of went away. It felt more like you were being presented something as an audience, as opposed to having a real conversation. But that stuff was more like towards the beginning of the movie, and by the end, you don't even notice or like care about any of that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really I can't even come up with anything.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, coming into this movie, I knew sort of like the backstory. I knew that Ford versus Ferrari had a rivalry like in the past, and that was what birthed the Ford GT. But I didn't really do any research, like extensive research.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything that happened in this movie was a surprise for me. So I think for people, if you guys are kind of like us and aren't really car people, it'll be really thrilling for you to watch this story unfold.
It is.
And it's definitely worth your time.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be the review. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a comment. Tell us what we can improve on. This is our first review. And subscribe. We also do reactions, and we're going to start doing more reviews on the channel. So, thank you.
Thank you.